you going from being a mouth breather at night to a nasal breather, breathing through these guys right here for those, 8,000 to 10,000 breaths per night, literally may just be the difference between you accumulating health and feeling like you're just aging at rocket speed. It could be that simple. I want to give props to Mike Mutzel, who initially, years back, turned me on to nasal breathing, its potency, its power, and how to stop mouth breathing with this thing called mouth tape, especially at night. So thanks, Mike. He has many interviews with extended interviews with specialists in breathing who are fantastic. So if you want more details, just like really get in, these hour and a half long interviews with people talking about nasal breathing, mouth breathing, and breathing in general, check them out. So I used to wait to talk to patients, maybe till we got like to the second visit, third visit, about mouth breathing, its value, why we don't want to, or sorry, not mouth breathing, but nasal breathing's value, and why we don't want to mouth breathe. But then, as more and more patients I was seeing, like, wow, I can see this patient's a mouth breather. I started basically telling people right out of the gate, first visit, got that teaching, that motivation, like, let's get at this right now, because it's such a big deal. It makes such a huge difference for people if we can get them going from mouth breathing to nasal breathing. And now, like, I already know, like, within 5 minutes of talking to the patient, like, yep, you're probably a mouth breather. And we have a lot of health opportunity locked up right there. And most patients, typically are kind of taken back at the idea that mouth breathing or nasal breathing would make any difference, or that taping your mouth is something we would do to help remedy the situation. But I'm imploring them, I'm teaching them, I'm helping them, and patient after patient is getting benefits from mouth breathing and finding, well, this is way bigger deal than I realized. I'm so glad you're telling me about this. I mean, I've had patients that literally said after 4 or 5 years of seeing them, like, the best thing I ever told them, the thing that changed their life, was mouth taping, which is awesome. We're so accustomed in the industrialized world to be mouth breathers and allow our nasal passages just to kind of hang out. A lot of the congestion to pull the inaction of our nasal passages, our sinuses, just to be there. It's like, are they really supposed to do anything for us? Do they really have any kind of value? I don't know. Just this nose is here, right? In my experience, most of us, really have no idea that our sinus passages and the act of breathing itself through our nose is massively valued. I mean, I didn't even know it for so long. Didn't even think about it. And on top of that, most people who do not nasal breathe think there's no way I could breathe through my nose. There's just too much resistance here. There's too much congestion. There's no way. Listen to me breathe. I can't breathe through my nose. But that is the deal. The resistance compared to your mouth that goes through the nasal passage, versus the manhole that is our open mouth. That is part of what makes this route of airflow so beneficial. This resistance is literally training our diaphragm, increasing the strength and capacity of our diaphragm, the capacity of us to breathe, to filter the air of allergens, of foreign bodies, to moisten, to warm the air before it reaches, these delicate lung tissues. That's all coming through our nasal passage. This is the power of our nasal passage. I really hope you're hearing all this, because this is way bigger than you realize, but it gets better. Nasal breathing actually picks up this gas, this substance called nitric oxide that's created in our sinus cavity, and delivers it to our blood circulation, increasing the efficiency of carbon dioxide clearance, which then allows for oxygen to be more easily released from our red blood cells and given to our working cells. And who doesn't want to make it easier for our body to use oxygen? If you're breathing through breathing through your mouth, you are just literally not living your best life. And it is imperative that you figure out with your doctor, with whoever you're working with, yourself, your spouse, how to get you breathing through your nasal passage. And even stress can be helped by nasal breathing. And the reason is that nasal breathing upregulates our parasympathetic response. The parasympathetic response is the rest relaxation response of the body. It's the rejuvenation response. And if you are mouth breathing, through the night, through those 8,000 to 10,000 breaths, you are not getting into a rest, relaxation, rejuvenation, restart, refresh response. You're not getting to those deep levels of sleep. You might be asleep, but you're not actually sleeping, not restoring. And this could be why your body is falling apart. This could be why your mid-afternoon slump is happening. It can also be why stress, when it's high in your life, or when things are intense, that you end up in depression or anxiety, because your body is not getting that restorative response. It's not able to get into those deep sleep levels where restoration happens. It's literally taking every single day, instead of filing away each day and starting over fresh, it's just, one day on top of another. Yesterday is on top of today. A week ago is on top of today. A year ago is on top of today. Last year, you're still living partially your day. It's just this negative compound, this compound effect that little is a burden from mouth breathing. But this does not have to be. There is a simple fix that any of us could start with, cost you like less than a penny probably, to just get some micropore M3 tape, or any tape that's easy on your lips. Some people, this tape isn't as easy as it is for others. And just apply a little strip vertically, just like this. Grab a book, watch a YouTube video, let your brain be distracted after you put this tape on, so that it's not thinking about, I got tape on mouth, I got tape on mouth, I got tape on mouth, and start hyperventilating. After you've been distracted 10, 15, 20 minutes, you're like, what? I've been breathing through my nose this whole time. I didn't even realize it. Then you can just go lay down in bed and sleep with ease. And if the tape comes off in the middle of the night, you take it off in the middle of the night. You wake up the next morning and feel like, oh my goodness, I slept so terrible. I was just going through craziness all night long. These are all really good signs that, you got a lot of health opportunity that's locked up in your breathing. And that if you can get yourself nasal breathing consistently, your health is going to blossom. And this is highly, highly desirable to stay after it. So I'm Dr. Matt. I hope this was helpful. I hope your nasal breathing goes to the next level in 2021. And that the next time we talk about nasal breathing, mouth breathing, you're like, what? I'm on it. I'm in it. I'm experiencing exactly what you're talking about. Life is fresher. Day's a little brighter. I got a little more energy. So share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Like this video. Spread it so that we can get as many humans as possible enjoying what it is to use our nasal passage for air input and air output, as opposed to just this manhole of a mouth. Talk to you guys later.